314, we begin in weather alert. This morning's rain has now transitioned to snow, and that makes a mess for your evening commute. Good afternoon. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Ann Allred. Kate Quinn has the day off. We could see some light accumulation tonight into tomorrow morning. We have team coverage on the incoming winter weather. Meteorologist Tracy Hinson is in the storm tracker. Hello, Brent.
Hey there, we appeared.
Keeping her eyes on road conditions. But first, let's get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Jim Castillo. Those big fat flakes started coming down. Did any of it stick?
Yes, you know, we've seen some accumulation in the Baldwin area, and also we've seen it anywhere from Alton, Illinois and Moscow Mills area too on the grass. And we're watching those elevated surfaces. But let me show you this. So in St. Louis, the big flakes are coming by. It's 35 degrees, so we've dropped a degree in the last hour. So as it gets dark and that temperature goes down, we're watching that snow come down continuously all the way through the night tonight, and probably after midnight till about 3 or 4 a.m. in some spots. So Owensville has already reported 1 inch of snow on the ground confirmed. And again, roadways in those areas have been okay so far. But again, it's getting dark now, and those temperatures are going down a little bit. And believe it or not, in our eastern Illinois counties, we've had areas of rain. See the green on there? So Clay County, people there are saying, wait, it's 45 degrees. No issues there. But right through St. Louis and all the way through Arnold and northward, we've seen these blue bands on here. And those are those really big flakes that are coming down. And we're watching that temperature, most of us above that freezing mark for now. So watching the temperature, light snow tonight, then another round as we get into late tomorrow night, early Friday. So that weather alert continues through early Friday, and watching some of those heavier snow bands. Much more on the timing of this coming up in just a bit.
All right, and we have Weather First meteorologist Tracy Hinson out on the roads in the storm tracker. She's seen all kinds of weather today. What are you seeing right now, Tracy?
Alrighty, Brent. Yeah, we've seen rain, we've seen snow, we've seen windy conditions. Right now, the flakes are pretty big, but as you can see on the roadways, it is decent. I don't think, we've really had any traction issues as we're driving along here. Traffic has certainly been a little bit on the rough side as we left St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, to now. There's just plenty of cars on the roadways, and it's a bit slow going at times. I have seen a few MoDOT trucks out. They're obviously not scraping because there's nothing to scrape here. We're coming up on the 141 interchange here on 64, but they are putting down some de-icer. Now, earlier today, there was a particularly heavy band over 44. It was snow globe-like snow, big flakes spurred on by abundant moisture and warmish temperatures. Meteorologists and weather nerds know this as strong dendritic growth. While the flakes were big and came down fast, not too much happened. The roads and grass were too warm for much of it to stick. A little here and there on the grass, but none on the pavement. Roadways fared pretty well today. We stopped by Wally's to get drivers' takes on the weather.
It's definitely St. Louis weather. We went from 60s to rain to snow. To be expected.
Snow is really great.
It's not bad, actually. So I'm more worried about everybody else. So I think a lot of other people freak out. I don't personally freak out, but I'm more worried about everybody else on the roads.
Yeah, and that's definitely something. We have seen some people driving a little fast for these conditions out here, but so far it's a decent, like this big truck who's passing me right now. As you can see, moving a little too fast right now. Conditions are going to be slick. Just be sure to watch your on and off ramps. From the Weather Tracker, I'm Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
All right, call them out, Tracy. Make sure you stay on top of your 5 on your side continuing coverage of the winter weather. You can text the word weather to 314-425-5355. Developing today, a St. Louis man arrested in Wisconsin, now facing murder charges in the suspected death of his ex-girlfriend.
Markeisha Williams was last seen a week ago with this man, Trenton Ivy. Officers arrested him Friday on unrelated charges right outside of Milwaukee. Police say he was found driving Williams' car, which had blood and biological material in it, along with her personal items. Detectives say he told them he killed Williams in St. Louis during a fight before he disposed of her body in an unknown location. He's currently being held without bond in a Wisconsin jail. A Spanish Lake man is charged with shooting 2 workers at a North County Domino's after they got into an argument with his girlfriend. Prosecutors say on Saturday, Uri Hall confronted the women inside the Delwood store on West Florissant Avenue. Investigators say he shot both of them, hitting one woman in the stomach, the other in the hand, hip, and thigh. If convicted, Hall could spend the rest of his life in jail.
Well, the woman who died in an apartment fire in Highland now identified. Investigators say 68-year-old Virginia Barth died in the December 23rd fire at the Highland Villas Senior Apartments. An autopsy showed she died from severe heart and lung disease, but a final cause of death will be issued once toxicology and carbon monoxide tests are done. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Right now, nurses at St. Louis University Hospital are on the picket lines once again.
What do we want? Respect. What do we want? Respect. What do we want? Respect.
Better pay, safer working conditions, and improved staff retention. The union previously held a one-day strike back in September. They're calling for SSM Health to stop outsourcing RN jobs and to focus on recruiting and retaining local nurses.
When nursing positions are outsourced to agency travel nurses, temporary staff, they don't bring the quality that permanent staff bring. The permanent staff, who are the union nurses, the permanent staff invested in the city of St. Louis, invested in St. Louis University Hospital, we bring the high quality of care that this hospital and the patients here deserve.
SSM Health says it is committed to patient safety and adds negotiations can only progress when both sides are engaged. The nurses' strike ends at 6:59 a.m. Friday.
Today, the city hosting another emergency job fair for those former workers at Northview Village Nursing Home. The North City facility actually abruptly shut down right before Christmas, displacing both workers and residents. Slate hosted the job fair for those impacted. BJC, the city's health department, St. Louis Public Schools, and other healthcare facilities were all on hand looking to hire.
This 5 on Your Side Cotton Bowl coverage is sponsored by Holland Injury Law.
All right, guys, we're counting down to the Cotton Bowl Classic. The Mizzou Tigers will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes Friday night at AT&T Stadium in Texas.
And the Tigers did something really charitable, very giving today. They took time out of their hectic schedule to visit children at Texas Scottish Rite Hospital. Every player, every coach playing games with patients, signing autographs. Some families even got some Mizzou swag. This is a tradition the hospital has been doing with the Cotton Bowl players for close to 40 years. 5 on Your Side sent a team down to Texas to cover all things Mizzou this week. We have team coverage for days. You can look for live reports from Mercedes McKay and sports director Frank Cusimano on 5 on Your Side tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock.
I like that. Team coverage for days. All right. Still ahead, my friends, the cost of buying a house continues to climb. The new record hit for home prices in October.
Sports gambling has become a popular industry in most of the country, why some states aren't all in on legalized sports betting.
And a growing crisis at the border. U.S. leaders looking for solutions as hundreds of migrants march towards the U.S.-Mexico border.